Okay, how is it going, everyone? This is Igly with Fractal Visions, and we're back to talk more about Public Goods Network, how to integrate Public Goods Network into what you're doing with your project, or join the network to contribute to public goods by using the Gitcoin Grants program. So the screen that we're looking at right now is the documentation for the Public Goods Network. We're going to talk about bridging your funds over to public goods today. And the first step that you'll want to do when you get to the documentation, which the link will be included in the link with, or in the information with this video, is docs.publicgoods.network. So if you enter docs.publicgoods.network into your browser URL, you'll be able to get here to the same information to add PGN to your MetaMask wallet or a Coinbase wallet. The chain ID here, so you can confirm that it's the right chain that's being added to your wallet. And then you'll see after that the next tab is bridging. So we'll go to the next tab here, and then there is a warning here. That first warning says, please do not transfer large amounts of ETH to PGN. It is recommended to transfer small amount of ETH when bridging the first time. So this is something that you should not just practice for bridging to PGN or to someone else that you're sending money to. You should do this all the time in a regular practice. Send just $1 or $2 to test your transaction and make sure it's sending up in the right place, and then you can confirm that transaction has happened on the blockchain before you continue to send larger amounts of funds. Okay, so the available bridges here that they have listed is the PGN Bridge, Layerswap, and Superbridge. So we'll go ahead and hop over to the website first for the PGN Bridge, and there's actually two official PGN bridges because this is built by the team at Gitcoin. A lot of the same developers have helped build out the infrastructure for Public Goods Network. This is their official bridge for Public Goods Network. It's bridge.publicgoods.network is the URL for this site here that you're seeing. And when you drop down the different assets that you want to transfer over the bridge, it shows you can choose ETH, Gitcoin, which is Gitcoin's governance token, and then a couple stable coins here, DAI and USDT. So you'll be able to transfer that back and forth on this bridge. It does take 7 days to transfer, and then there's a confirmation to confirm when you're transferring from PGN back to Ethereum on mainnet. But if you switch over like this, let me see, I just have to switch over to PGN network from Ethereum here in my wallet is what it looks like. So just give it a second to load. And then, oh, it wants me to switch actually back over to Ethereum from PGN. Yeah, that's right. So that's what I was about to say, is when you're transferring money from Ethereum over to PGN, there is no wait in the transaction time. You'll go ahead and you'll enter the amount of money you want to enter here. Of course, that's not the amount that I have, so it shows up as an insufficient balance. But then if you see this button light up here at the bottom, you'll be able to send your money over from Ethereum to PGN network for your first transactions on the network, or to be able to contribute to someone's Gitcoin grant. So that's a main reason and use case of why you're going to want to transfer funds over there. Right now, Gitcoin Grants 19 is active here in the month of November in 2023 for the last quarter of the year. And other than this, there is also the Gitcoin Bridge here that we are now on. And the website URL for this screen that we're looking at is bridge.gitcoin.co. And you can see it's basically the same tool that we were just looking at there, built by the same team with a different look, and the official branding of Gitcoin, which this website here is what you'll actually end up on if you're on Gitcoin's website and you click on a little symbol at the top of their website that says PGN Bridge. So those are the two main bridges there. There are a couple alternative third-party bridges that are not official bridges, and we'll talk about those today too. The first one is Layerswap. And Layerswap, you can actually go in here and we'll search for public goods network, and we'll highlight this. The domain for this website is layerswap.io. And then once you enter in the network there, public goods, maybe we'll want to transfer over to Optimism, another layer 2, or if you want to transfer from Optimism over to public goods network, there is no wait on the amount of time for transferring on this network, but the type of currency is limited to just Ethereum. So if you're getting stable coins over on public goods network or on other currencies like the Gitcoin governance token, those tokens still take 7 days to bridge. So this is a alternative to the official bridges that can provide a quick transfer of funds back and forth between other layer 2s such as Optimism and public goods, just in case your money is on another layer 2. Let's say it's not on the main Ethereum network and you don't want to transfer from Optimism to Ethereum and then to public goods network. Well, this actually lets you choose just about any network here. You can see the most popular ones at the top. So even Arbitrum, Starknet, ZK, Sync, and Scroll as well are also options, as well as Optimism. So Layerswap is a really useful tool for bridging back and forth from public goods network. We'll definitely put the link for that in the info for this video as well when we post. And then the last option that we want to talk about here is the Superbridge App. We'll just go back to their home page here so you can see they have centered their bridging mechanism around all the different chains that are part of the OP stack super chain. OP or Optimism has provided a technology called the OP stack, which is the open source code that Coinbase and Zora and public goods are using for their technology as well. So it creates a certain level of interoperability between all of these networks. And on Superbridge, they have created a bridge to be able to bridge back and forth to the other super chain networks that have been built so far. So public goods network is one of them, and when we click to transfer funds back and forth on Superbridge, we can go back and forth from deposit to withdrawal. So we can choose to take the money from PGN to Ethereum or Ethereum to PGN. And here you can see that there is a 7-day transfer time here as well for withdrawing your money back to mainnet. If you go back to the other deposit from Ethereum to PGN network, then you can see the transfer time is only 3 minutes. So that's really nice. I love that their user interface shows the estimated time there, so you know exactly what you're getting into. There are a couple other options here as well. When you drop down the tab for the currency, you can see DAI stablecoin, Ethereum, USDT, and then also Gitcoin. The governance token was just added onto the Superbridge app as well. If you want to get to this website, the website URL is app.superbridge.app. That's the current bridge mechanism and tooling that we're looking at right now on the screen. So yeah, you'll go here. You want to enter how much you want to bridge back and forth, and then you can see here a couple different options. Now, if I wanted to withdraw the funds, it gives you a couple options down here for a forced withdrawal and then the easy mode. So let's talk about that, because that is something that a lot of people might not understand. And if you turn on force withdraw, you'll go here, and then a window pops up that asks if you want to use the force withdraw for a censorship resistant transaction on Ethereum. And basically what this is doing is calling the transaction for the bridge on layer 1, and when the transaction completes, it ends up complete on layer 1. There's not like a second completion or transaction there that you have to sign for at the end of the 7-day bridge when you're waiting for your funds. At least that's how this force withdraw function works from my understanding. There is also the easy mode. I think that may have also similar functions where you do the 7-day withdraw, and there is a not a layer 1 call for the transaction for it to instantly settle on layer 1, but there is the extra transaction handling by Superbridge, so that they actually take care of the second signature from layer 2 to layer 1 to settle the withdrawal after the 7 days. So that's the difference between easy mode and the forced withdraw. You choose forced withdraw, and at the end of the 7 days, your funds should just be on layer 1. And you can see there is the layer 1 gas fee included in that initial transaction that you're doing there. So you're paying for that initial transaction, an extra $10 in US dollar to do that transaction up front when you're bridging with Superbridge. So a couple different options that are different than the other bridges that we talked about, but also a good third-party bridge. And you can see at the bottom here, it's powered by Conduit, which is something that you can use to actually deploy your own layer 2 blockchain as well. So maybe we'll get into that a little bit in another video down the road. But as for now, that was the lowdown on how to bridge your funds from other networks to public goods network in an effort to get more people and more builders and more contributors onto the network for the people that are currently in Gitcoin GG19. Thanks for watching the video, and we hope you got a lot of useful information out of this segment that we made today. There will be another video on Gitcoin that I'm going to make after this one that's related directly to the grants and the Explorer updates on the grants for GG19. So stay tuned for that one as well. Thank you everybody for watching and tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.